Good morning, Rafael. My name is Suzanne and I'm the manager of this company, and I call this meeting with you once we have identified lately that we have a great e-commerce market to be explored. However, before we invest our money in developing an action plan, I would like to understand a bit more about the e-commerce trends and the impacts that an e-commerce strategy would bring to our company. So first of all, what do we need to do to have efficient e-commerce?
First, you need to target your existing customers. So, when businesses have trouble growing, they immediately think it's because they don't have enough customers. This is a common misconception, so don't jump to conclusions. Instead of focusing on all your effort on customer acquisition, you should improve your customer retention strategy and look at the impact of loyal customers have on e-commerce site. You should also display icons that show your site is trustworthy. Nobody will want to shop on your e-commerce site if it appears sketchy or otherwise untrustworthy. You should also use video demonstrations because consumers love videos. In fact, over half of market experts across the globe say that video has the top return on investment compared to other marketing tactics. So websites that videos can get that average user to spend 88% more time on their pages. Use photos when you include the customers' testimonials. That's also a good idea. User reviews and testimonials are a great way to show proof of concept, but a message from some nameless and faceless person, doesn't have the same effect. Recognize your customers. Recognize your customers once you shop from their mobile devices. Just because you have an e-commerce website doesn't mean you can assume your customers are shopping only from their computers. The reality is that people use mobile phones and tablets to shop online. Research shows that 5% of mobile users have bought something online from their devices. Furthermore, 63% of millennials shop on their phones. You can also offer more discounts. It may sound simple, but not enough companies are offering discounts to their customers. If you are worried about your profit margins, just use a marketing strategy, and that's as old as time. Jack up the base price of each product and then put it on sale. Showcase your top selling items, give your customers some direction, show them what people are buying the most, and also have promotions for the holidays. That's also a really good idea. Special events are a time when people are looking to shop and spend more money, and then on a normal time of the year. That's why I always tell e-commerce sites that to actively promote holiday sales, you've got a small window of opportunity to get massive sales during those events. Focus on your value proposition. What does the customer see when they get to your website? That's really important. It's your phone number. It's your company mission statement. Those aren't effective. Instead, you should put more emphasis on value. Tell your customers what separates your product from similar items on the market.
Thank you, Rafael. So the second question would be how much it will cost to estimate the payback. Do you have an idea about that?
Well, resources and equipment needed for an e-commerce startup, as a bare minimum, you also need to pay for hosting, web development, maintenance, and inventory. And the average cost for an e-commerce stores include a professionally built e-commerce website that's around $5,000 to $10,000. A domain name that costs a little bit less, like maybe $20 a year.
Thank you. And how can we work the domain for the website? How can I get the domain for my website?
It's really, really easy. You just need to go to your registration site, open web browser, and navigate to a site that registers domain names. You choose a domain name that is still available, and select the domain you want to buy. Choose how many years you want to pay for that domain, and select any additional services that you want. So you pay for your domain name and those services.
Thank you. And what should we expect as a business? What should we expect from our e-commerce strategies?
An e-commerce strategy improves the image of the company. E-commerce helps organizations provide better customer services, helps to simplify the business process, making them faster and efficient. And consequently, your profits will increase. Other thing is, your customer will have an open space to share the experience that they have with your company, and it will potentially become a way to advertise your product and service.
Thank you. And what would be the metrics that we can use to measure the results and follow up the efficacy of our strategy?
There are 8 most important metrics that we believe that every e-commerce and store owner should track. First, the sales conversion rate. Your conversion rate, quite simply, is the percentage of visitors who make a purchase. Uh, Email opt-ins. Email marketing is one of the most powerful tools, and e-commerce stores have to drive repeat business. And the customer lifetime value. Your customer lifetime value is a metric of the total you earn from a typical customer over the course of their life. There is also the customer acquisition cost. It costs something to acquire a new customer. This value is called your customer acquisition cost. Average order value. Your average order value is quite simply the average value of each purchase. To discover yours, just divide the total value of all sales by the number of carts. Shopping cart abandonment rate. This is the metric percentage of shoppers who add the items to their charts, but they didn't conclude the purchase. Net Promoter Score. It's a simple survey that measures your customer satisfaction with your brand and products. There are basically 2 questions that you can ask them. How likely are you recommend us to a friend? And can you tell us why you are responding with that number?
Thank you. Can I have the access to the personal information that the people who are accessing my website in order to send email and a direct communication strategy about the business?
You can have some types of information, however, you need to be very careful about how you use them. Complying with the Privacy Act is very important, once your business can get in trouble for breaching confidential information from your customers. Make sure that all type of information will be kept in a safe place and won't be misused.
Okay. About spams, I have some partners. Would I be able to put some spams in my website in order to promote the product and service as well?
Well, spams can be certainly used on your website, although you have to make sure that they are complying with the Spam Act of 2003, which is the legislation that regulates commercial email and other types of commercial electronic messages. The act restricts spam, especially mail spam and some types of phone spam as well.
Thank you. And what is the main difference between your company and an independent casual consultant?
An e-commerce company can give you more guarantee if something goes wrong. Despite being a cheaper option and sometimes easier to find, a consultant has not much as guarantee if something does not happen as they promised. Furthermore, most of consultants don't have a proper contract established, and the rights and obligations and the covers that they offer to that company.
Okay, and I have some information that I have collected from the internet and I would like to use them. Do I need to pay anything to use them? How about music?
The use of any type of song, music, photos of artist's job, and that belongs to someone else must comply with the copyright legislation. It means that you have to pay fees to the author and also be clear about the authority of the content.
Okay. Should I mention refund policy on my website, or should I keep that information just in contract? What do you think?
As your e-commerce will be used just to promote your products and services, in other words, customers won't buy the product online. I think that there is no need to divulgate on the website any information in regards to refund policy. I will mention that in the contract that will be given to the customers once they contract your service. Make sure that you will comply with the ACC ACCC legislation, and that's it.
Thank you so much, Rafael, for your attention. Awesome, everything is much clear now. Thank you. I will send all this information to our financial manager and also to the owner, so we can make a assertive decision about the implementation of our e-commerce strategies.
You're more than welcome, Susie.
Thank you.